is the key to getting ahead, and that is certainly true for actors. We just saw that piece from the Chattanooga Theater Center. So nice to have Shelia Wofford, who recently played Calpurnia in To Kill a Mockingbird at the Theater Center, and her friend and fellow actor Holly Alexander, who played the role of Mayella Ewell in that production. But y'all are here today talking about an event that you have coming up, Shelia.
Yes.
And it's really a networking event for actors in town.
Absolutely. It's called the Chattanooga Actors Film and Theater Network. And what happens at this network is I will have my film directors and theater directors all there to meet and greet the actors in the city. Whether you're beginning, wanting to know information about how to get started, or professional aspiring actors, you'll come in, headshot resume, and make those connections.
Both of you, I think, are such good examples of some misthoughts on acting. You were born to do this,
Yes.
Shelia, but you put it aside, you raised a son,
Yes.
and got back into it later in life.
Absolutely. My husband and I, we were married and walked away from it, had our son, and got back into it.
And then you, Holly, went to audition at the Theater Center thinking, oh, I'll just give it a try, and much to your surprise, you got a pretty good part.
Right, the first role I ever auditioned for outside of a church or a school or anything like that. I had never taken an official acting class, but I got a pretty decent role my first time out.
So the benefit for this networking is that it's noon to 4, but you don't have to commit all of that time. You just simply come in and make the rounds.
Absolutely. Make those rounds, make those connections, and those directors there will give you the information that you need to help get you started, or for those who are advanced, give them information on auditions, and also my agency, which represents myself, Talent Track Agency. They will be there well as to look at different actors.
This came about because you have had the freedom now that your son is older,
Yes.
To really travel around and go to different cold calls and auditions
Yes.
and things. But some of your friends were saying, I wish I knew how to do it.
Absolutely. I will get emails all the time asking, Sheila, we want to do films and theater productions just like you, but we can't travel to Atlanta, Knoxville, you know, the Southeast. What can we do here in the city? And that is the reason for the Chattanooga Actors Film and Theater Network. It's to bring the local actors, meet and greet with the local directors of film and theater.
So Holly, for anybody watching who maybe is just beginning, they don't have that headshot perhaps quite yet, but they want to come and take part in this, how has this all changed your life?
Well, I don't even have a headshot personally, and my resumes aren't always that good, but this come together, these meet and greets are so important, particularly things like this function here, or even bigger functions like SETC. When they come to town, you get to meet all these directors and all these teachers for anything you want. If you want to be on stage, you can go and meet directors and teachers and classes and all that. If you want to be on the film, there are people who can help you with that, who are always looking for new talent and just new faces, and bringing together this huge group of people who you can talk to.
Well, you know, it's intimidating, I would think, to go to an audition where there are a lot of people showing up for the same part, and you're one of maybe even 100 people.
Right.
And you think, gosh, what's going to help me to stand out? So having a chance to speak one-on-one will give you at least some insider trading tips, right, on what they're looking for.
Absolutely. And also, when you in that mix of those people, just be strong in your skills to study, to take those acting classes. I've taken acting for the camera. It gets you comfortable because directors do take a moment to look at you. They're looking for specifics. And to stand out, be you, show your personality, but also be prepared.
And you also don't ever know really what it is that they're looking for, and go ahead and try your luck, because you may have the very look or the very way you carry yourself that nobody else is going to have.
Absolutely.
That they were dreaming of finding.
Right, I've been turned down from several from several auditions that just because I didn't look the part, and those are important. So you can always put yourself out there, and you might just end up lucky and you can get anything, or you can get something very specific that you were looking for.
I actually auditioned for a lead role that they were looking for a person younger, but I just loved the piece and I wanted to be a part of that project. I went in audition. It was an open call film project, went in audition, and I nailed the audition that the director told me, we can't use you for the lead, we have someone else in mind, but I have to write you in a role because you nailed that audition. So it's being prepared, it's studying and being prepared.
Well, and 30 seconds left. I want to give people the information, but your point too, Shelia, is don't think it's ever too late.
It's never too late. I will be 48 Wednesday.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
That's a good day to have a birthday. And we were just saying off camera that both Harrison Ford and Morgan Freeman, two well-known names, they did pretty well in their craft.
Absolutely.
And they didn't get into it until they were older. So
Yes.
good to have you both.
Thank you.
So mark your calendar. The day is August 2nd. You're going to head down to Mocha, which tell people where Mocha is.
Mocha is downtown. It's 511 on Broad Street. It's right by Sugar Ribs.
Okay, you can't miss it. Right, and you can enjoy the networking event that Shelia has put together. Just stop by between 12 noon and 4. Bring your headshot and your resume if you don't have one yet.
Come on down.
You got a few weeks to make one. All right, thank you both so much.
Thank you so much.
And happy birthday.
Thank you.
We are back with more 3 Plus You right after this. That's my husband.